Hello everybody, my name is Kara, and today I'm here to talk about some authors that I think I'm going to love. So I got this idea from my friend Kelly at Cozy Reader Kelly. She recently did a video like this and I really enjoyed it. I will link her video that she did and her channel down below. Kelly's channel is just great all around. She reads a huge variety of genres and I really love her wrap-ups and like the videos she does, like this one where she just like picks a topic and then like it makes you start thinking about your own books that you own and like TBR or like what you've read. I just think it's really clever. So I decided to steal this idea. So I hope that's okay, Kelly. Because I think it's really interesting how sometimes we get like a good feeling about an author and maybe we start acquiring their books and we just keep doing that. So these are some authors that I think I'm going to love. I have in some cases acquired quite a few of their books, but I haven't yet read. So I'm going to start with the ones I have the fewest for and then work my way up to the authors that I own the most works of. So starting off, I have Sophie Madison, and the books I own from her are Moonlight and Ashes and Scarlet in the Snow. And there's another one that I don't own, but it is on my Goodreads TBR, and I think that is The Crystal Heart, maybe. So Sophie Madison writes fairy tale retellings, and you guys know I read a lot of those, I really enjoy those, but I'm also quite picky about those. So I'm a little nervous about Sophie Madison's books because, like, again, I haven't read any of them. I haven't heard anyone even talk about them, but I think I'm going to enjoy them. I just have this feeling that I'm going to really click with her style, and from the little I have heard about her books, I think they tend to be kind of weird ones, and weird fairy tale retellings can be some of my favorite things. I'm pretty sure Scarlet in the Snow is a Beauty and the Beast retelling that is inspired by Russian folklore, which sounds great. Moonlight and Ashes I think is a Cinderella one that I don't remember like the twist on, but I'm sure there is one. And then The Crystal Heart I think is a Rapunzel retelling. And I think she's actually an Australian author, which means that some of her books are harder to get a hold of. Like Scarlet in the Snow I had to order from a third-party seller. So I don't know, I'm really hoping that I do enjoy her books because I have invested a certain amount of effort in acquiring them. So hopefully they are good. Next I have Maureen Gu, and she is kind of a similar situation in that I own two of her books and another one is on my TBR list. And I have The Way You Make Me Feel and I Believe in a Thing Called Love. And then the other one is Somewhere Only We Know, I think. And from what I can tell, Maureen Gu writes really cute, fun, contemporary books that are often inspired by her Korean heritage. So for Somewhere Only We Know, I think that one's about a K-pop star and a tabloid reporter who end up crossing paths and falling in love. I Believe in a Thing Called Love is about a girl who decides that she's going to approach her love life as if she were in a K-drama, which sounds like that could go very badly, but I'm also really excited about it because I love K-dramas and I'm intrigued to see how this one goes. And then The Way You Make Me Feel is the one I've actually heard the most positive things about, I think. And we follow a main character who, I think she plays a prank that goes wrong, and for punishment she has to work at her family's food truck, and she ends up having to work with one of her enemies who's a girl from school, and they end up becoming friends. And I think the love interest for her is a boy named Hamlet. And I don't know, I just have a good feeling about her books. I feel like they're gonna be like really fun and sweet and charming, but with some depth to them as well, because like the Way You Make Me Feel, I'm really excited about that developing female friendship. I love that whole idea about like mean girls ending up not as bad as you think they are, so I hope I enjoy her books. Next I have Julie Berry, and again I only own two of her books. Only. And then the other one that I'm like on the fence about that I'm not sure I'm gonna read is The Passion of Dulce. That one I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick up, and I actually almost bought it when it was on a really good sale, but I decided no, I'm gonna actually wait and see how I feel about her writing and storytelling first. So the first one I have is The Emperor's Ostrich, and this is a really lovely middle grade story I've heard wonderful things about. I think I first heard Sarah Without an H talking about it when she read it like several years ago, and it's like one of her favorite middle grades. And I see that it is blurbed by Jessica Day George, which makes me very happy. I think I'm going to really enjoy this. I don't know much about the story, but I think it's going to be really fun and whimsical. And then the other book is one I recently picked up. Actually, a few of these books you will have seen in my most recent book haul, and that is Lovely War. And this is a mythological inspired love story, historical fiction that takes place during World War I, but it's like a frame story in that it's told by, I think, Aphrodite when she is caught having an affair with Ares, and so I guess she ends up telling the story or something. I've tried to like not read too many reviews for this one, but the little that I have heard has been very positive, and just this sounds like something I'm really going to enjoy. Historical fiction, mythology, like I'm excited about this. And then the last two are ones where I own a somewhat ridiculous number of their books, considering I have not read anything by them yet. So next I have Claire Legrand, and I own 4 of her books. The first one is one you will have seen in that haul, and that is Furyborn. This is the first in a fantasy series that seems to be very divisive. People either think it's awful and boring, or they think it's one of the best fantasy books they've ever read. So I'm curious to see how I feel. We follow 2 timelines, I think. Like there's a Blood Queen and a Sun Queen. A lot of people have given the synopsis for this one, so I'm not going to struggle through that right now, but I really think I'm going to enjoy it. And then I recently picked up Sawkill Girls, and this one I'm a little more nervous about, but I saw Hannah from Snow White Reader. Her review of this was just glowing and so interesting and just made me so like excited about picking up this book. So even though this is like kind of a horror-esque novel, which really makes me nervous, I do want to give it a try. And then two others of hers that I know very little about are Some Kind of Happiness, which I saw Vega talking about and saying how much she enjoyed it, and then Foxheart, which I don't think I've heard anyone talk about, but when I saw the synopsis, it seemed good. Could I tell you what it's about at this moment? No, I could not. But at one point I was really excited about it, and I still am very interested to read it. Also, I'm pretty sure that Some Kind of Happiness deals with depression, so that's also going to be something really important to see. And last but definitely not least, I have an author where I own 6 of her books, and I have not read any of them. And that is Sharon Shin. And she is I don't want to say older fantasy author, but I feel like her books are like somewhat older, and I own the entire, I think what is the entire Archangel series, and that is Archangel, Jova's Angel, the Alleluia Files, and Angelica. I have no idea if that's the right order for these, and these are like sci-fi-esque fantasy. I'm not really sure what the genre is for these, and I think these are like somewhat romance or like character heavy, which I can sometimes enjoy in science fiction actually. And I bought the whole series at once because I was at the used bookstore and I saw this one, which is Mystic and Rider, which is also on my TBR. I've been wanting to read this for a while. I saw that they had the Archangel books and I thought I was just going to get one of them, but then I realized they were only a couple of dollars each, and what if I love it and then I don't have the entire series and I go back and someone has bought it, and this is how I talk myself into buying an entire series at once. But I do think I'm going to really enjoy them. Her books get really, really high reviews. And then the other one I own from her, which I don't have accessible to me right now, but that is, I think it's Summers at Castle Auburn, which I'm really excited about reading. And yeah, she's kind of a somewhat classic-ish fantasy author who I've heard really good things about. And I feel like she's kind of a staple of the genre, and I just haven't picked up any of her things, but I think I'm going to enjoy them because I obviously own 6 of them. So yeah, I think she's the author probably that I own the most books for, but that I haven't read yet. Okay, you guys, so those are 5 authors where I own some of their books, in some cases quite a few of their books, but I haven't read them yet. But I still have a really good feeling that I'm going to really love their work. So please let me know if you have read any of these books and loved them. Please validate my bad decisions in the comments by telling me that in fact these authors are great, or that you do think I will enjoy their work. And let me know if you guys have any authors like this. Like, do you have ones where you just get like a good feeling about and you just start acquiring their books and before you know it you own a ton of them and haven't read any of them? Do you do that too? Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon with another video, and I hope you love the next book you read. Bye!